a temporal. Power a temporal. 3 years is around the corner. You don't mind now, we move to Rono. 1 man charges beer or be causing financial law to the state. I won't do one, won't just here.
Oh, politicians, no, say how. More than we are yet to mean can be mamma. And you won't say, Obeka, you can be in ye. And again, I'm asking the question. And to say, Ampanya pass a charm, won't me a Dubai. Charles BC will nay, your friend is saying, Abdul Wahab Hamid, and Mr. Abdul Wahab Ahmad, Mustafa Hamid. Or money na no, you come in a boom. Give to a warrior, say, nay, or warrior mensa, or say, as he be entry. You can for that money now become area. Is it the matter said they are NPP? So you come out and defend them by all means, and now say they are not guilty. It's no protesting.
Bail depends on the crime, the gravity of the crime. And so what we are seeing now is that the sums involved in the criminal investigations are very huge. And because they are very huge, if you set very low bail conditions in terms of the sums, the likelihood is that when the person, the suspect, escapes or is unavailable to stand trial, whatever you are able to extort in justification will not be able to offset the sum that is involved, the criminal liability that is involved.
And then Martin Kpebu against OSP, our quarter.
There was an attempt to restrict me to one lawyer. So we pointed out to the officer who said so that no, that's a very serious constitutional matter. You can't restrict a person who is being invited to appear before a committee to one lawyer. No, that's not our law. I should have as many lawyers as can reasonably be accommodated in the office there. And I've seen some of their offices. It can take even 15 lawyers. So if I have 15 lawyers, I should be permitted to come in with my 15 lawyers.
Another expose, hey, MPP. And again, the movie you need now, what? 40 million paid, 0 armor vehicles delivered. Ato Forson as a expose, another defense contract scandal. Now where a day heat what is said Jatutum, and just share where the fire burn the enemies. And according to Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson, Finance Minister and also the acting minister for Minister of Defense. Papa say, Ubeje said Ghana, na yesi ye kwa kutia $80 million. Eda kwa koje armored vehicles. Na $80 million ye kutia $40 million. Armored vehicles no ebia ma one kurampo ma $40 million ye tia. The remaining $40 million ye ntman twenty. Besin there Kofo Dayeka nesu ni amuka. When you another scandal, yes, I suppose. When at that time, the person I know in charge. I had the nanu ye. I work sports stadium. Sa stampede nesi ya inya 6 female. Omu ye due to the stampede. Baba go 5 koda ICU and Baba go 12. No more fairly critical condition. Oka say in parliament. Already he thanked God said at his time nothing like this sort happened. He was happy because his time it didn't happen. Not because some Ghanaians are dead and we should sympathize with their family. Not because some people are injured. Not because at his time he was doing something better. And as I said, no. He acknowledged is the same procedure. Some man now we are no. All cassette to me the time. According to the Finance Minister and also the acting Minister of Defense, Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson said, $40 million yetria armored vehicles ama. And I say, Papa, more training. Attorney General, the phone, Irana, the same near boom. The office near closing down over to Ghana. More Attorney General, now be Adruno, say mobile forensic auditor, starting in them. Now procedures, every single person we are Ghana, especially more we are Ghana, sky bet me, I see more than 100 hospitals, 100 schools, and in this Makata, Saudi Arabia, a friend is saying Germany, France, and a bit of this kind of disease and Yamano. Young Kasi go punish you. Keke, we'll get our money back. Eti Way and in sema ne Defence Minister, the acting, and also the Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson. And they say $40 million. Sika Dominic Nitiwul, I know a former Defence Minister. Also, wako di no scano wako tria amoka ama amo vehicles ansi ha. Na enwati ane say day na say si fufuro ayasem sebe EOCO as say omodi application e dia tum say adan amanfo to ebusebuse question say former boss Edwin ni obodai provincial yachina dada ne bela amanfo 16 million Ghana cedis yan kote so aye dia about 30 million ya chemfa nti chempe abafafa onso fafa eno so 30 million Ghana cedis abusefonia do for party for say we dia sister e da so osoro yetimi ntwa say mo ya de land properties ni na case ye ni we ya property en sankan mo ya de ni na de
So where is he now? Where is he now?
Still at the EOCO. Court is waiting for his release, and EOCO is still keeping him there. Why?
Why in the hole?
Temporal. Power temporal. 3 years is around the corner. You don't mind now, we move to Iran. One man charges Obia causing financial law to the state. I won't drink one, won't tears here. You see, the Amuka say, yeah. You said the about court am I pay? Court, I can't show you via the Omube wedding. Court, I can't show you. Let's leave the premises from the bring the person.
Now, I know who they ana EOCO for say hwe sa ye ba in terms of bail amount na according to according from based on boni e wadie amount involved and no amount and here say fraction of it kurana say 110 210 ana 410 mpo ye di some amount e dey to say in case say nipa no wadwane ye hwe ne yenya na the original mu say ni bail amount no ye be fa ne dey ama oman no ama ate oman no kaso kakra enti engoye krakra ana wozu na wo dey ba no enye nipa na because nipa ye freezing account enti onhwe mo nipa no nwane say bia wo wajapade bekam enti sa pepepe enti ebia na MPP fondo do na enye ntiase o kire o ma se o ntiase no mu say we enya asemboni bia the omo ye na the right thing and in the right channel in the right order na see ye asem no ya asem sebe na at the same time sa asem no kai na still MPP for amuko mo EOCO headquarters na omo ntiase omuko storm ye say omo ntiase ye ni abre ko munya ye director munya ye boss ma ye ni na eni say papa mo chi no bela amount amudi money ase but bi di ade so buru so ase edade na MPP for nkwa na mutata yesa aden de nkwa na ye mo bone ben enti ehusuo ehu demonstration eni omo si EOCO foi ye ma mo kwa ma munko EOCO foi ye ma mo kwa ma munko enti omo gina jomo ni ma so omo ntwe omo nko fie omo na EOCO for so da bi em se aya eni akwala so pe bento a oso ma ne ma me ne papa na no oso bento a empa na to da ti ahwa o bebere EOCO for so bebere na enwati no ana former organizer edema Greater Accra Youth Moses Abo And also oko national youth organizer I don't know oko no also Ghana is not for NDC also onim boni amodi aye chama wuntumi 50 million adubu ahe nyama no 100 million nyama no 50 million nyama 30 million ada also aten boni be nko a no maya eburo sunti a NDC for ma bi so o metata MPP sa also on tia say wadwen ho a from an opawie kosi enumre oda wona ne boni ben pa no MPP for ya NDC for yes Ghana na asase o mo dia aso moto Ghana na tweka the balance am obi aso obi anko ne group
Ghana and the NDC the EOCO here. They must be very careful. They must be very careful. Power will change soon. Ghanaians are giving the council respect. We are calling on the peace council. We are calling on the religious bodies. We are calling on the international community that what is going on in this country, it is not fair. We are calling on the chiefs. We are calling on the religious bodies. We are calling on the Christian civil society. We are calling on international community. Ghana does not belong to NDC at all.
Yeah, and a peaceful demonstrators who cry a chibe. Yeah, peaceful demonstrators 54. Them got 2 prison. Not cells, prisons. Deny some of them food. Deny some of them health care. Now we MPP, now we are friends, Greater Accra Youth friends, National Youth or Regional Youth Organizer. You're aware. You know when you waiting now. Oh, politicians no say how more na mo ya yentimi nka bi mamono. And you won't say Obekasi ya can be ye. And again I'm asking the question. And to say ampanya ampa chama wuntumi adubu ahe. Charles BC wone your friend is saying Abdul Wahab Hamid and Mr. Abdul Wahab Ahmad ne Mustafa Hamid. Omuni na no ye kan muni na bom. Give to warrior say ne warrior mensa or say asibe antwi. Ye keka kenforata muni na beka ho. Ewia is it the matter said they are MPP? So you come out and defend them by all means and now say they are not guilty in no protesting because court of competent jurisdiction lawyers, family members and few friends are allowed. But baby nipa godi na abai mo ya mana ya bro so but Moses abro say in this for mu he. The Attorney General Dominic Ayine say na amount for kekano so dey be EOCO for bail amount or deba no ebia ni wa aye out of governance dey be an aye within the remit of the law emra Ghana mra mahokwan se sa aneko enti na eko ne sa.
Mr. Speaker, I have already made it abundantly clear that the Economic and Organized Crime Office and other law enforcement agencies under my ministry are not acting arbitrarily. Bail depends on the crime, the gravity of the crime. And so what we are seeing now is that the sums involved in the criminal investigations are very huge. And because they are very huge, if you set very low bail conditions in terms of the sums, the likelihood is that when the person, the suspect escapes or is unavailable to stand trial, whatever you are able to extort in justification will not be able to offset the sum that is involved, the criminal liability that is involved. So, for instance, if you have a situation where the suspect is accused of, let's say, causing financial loss to the state in the sum of 1 billion Ghana cedis, or stealing in the sum of 31.1 million Ghana cedis, you cannot set bail terms that are, unjustifiably low. So it is the magnitude of the offenses we are dealing with that dictates that we set bail sums that reasonably justify the crimes that have been committed or alleged to have been committed.
Ose bail amount nkan say e ban say obi sika ya say ne nsa fa say 100 million Ghana cedis a yen ko no bail amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis na eno say no so odwane a 100,000 dey na be tinipa na odi agina mu no so put more amount say be obe make sure so obey the security either the state obe make sure say even when the security lose a single or second eye on the person or no obe make sure so obe boa a deliver the panel to a first Ghana na emra no na di se the fata me okay and then one EOCO Raymond Archer eso mu e dey guarantee Attorney General Dominic Ayine eso na OSP fight no edaso ye hey eja tuntum eja koko eja hihie eyedie hit wate Martin Kpebu any attorney a friend is the office of the special prosecutor kai say okay kan say mi say obe petition President John Dramani Mahama say OSP aduma no baby ocean corruption because OSP as a man to court I say omumbe na say no mon kan mo say na mo go do ya say lawyers do Martin Kpebu dey ba na head also until today you know say hand be masa eyan say ha per conference room na me we dey bit for lawyers not less than 15 and at the same time say bit no less than 15 na Ghana mra bia ni we be a say o limited number of lawyers so far unless say facilities na a hold that particular briefing and as a meeting no sa particular friends venue no enye available sa na say enye enough I bet ma more lawyers enti sa nkomo na OSP aja say dia say do slow emwa emfa enti sa ndema omunya no solution na omeza kwatena say no so bi.
When we in terms of the substance of the hearing couldn't go far because we raised some legal issues. So when I say legal issues, some matters of law here and there. So those matters have to be resolved first before we will go further. I mean, like they want clarifications, etc., which will involve if you have any other form of evidence apart from what I said on the TV station, etc., I should bring them. Yes, but before we get there, some housekeeping issues have to be dealt with. They are legal in nature. So let those be resolved and then we'll take it from there. But let me also raise that before the meeting itself started, I must point out that there was an attempt to restrict me to one lawyer. So we pointed out to the officer who said so that no, that's a very serious constitutional matter. You can't restrict a person who is being invited to appear before a committee to one lawyer. No, that's not our law. I should have as many lawyers as can reasonably be accommodated in the office there. And I've seen some of their offices. It can take even 15 lawyers. So if I have 15 lawyers, I should be permitted to come in with my 15 lawyers. Yes, so we raised that with the younger officer. We would raise it with the senior officers because once that has been done to me, it's possible it's been done to others in the past and perhaps they didn't have the courage to speak up, you see. So it's good, that's why I'm talking about it on air, so that if any lawyer has ever experienced it, next time that lawyer should be courageous enough to challenge it, that no, you can't restrict the person to one lawyer. That's not it. If I come here with 100 lawyers, then I can understand. They'll say, oh, counsel, we don't have a meeting room to take 100 lawyers. You see, or any other number about 50, maybe, but whatever it is, that's why I use the word reasonably. So they'll look at the sizes of their or conference room and then decide that, oh, this our conference room can take maybe 20 or whatever number. I've seen some. So that's why I'm thinking that 100 is a stretch, but the exact number I cannot tell offhand.
OSP, accuse Martin Kpebu say, well, already say OSP office wa krono nkwa na ekwaso nti omra no me approve or say ono so ready the information I gather as a lawyer, as a private practitioner. That's why you ready me say, baby, I didn't do no say SML Strategic Mobilization Limited so as well petition strat. So almost investigate OSP and then Martin Kpebu against OSP our quarter. I'm trying to find the antidote and solution of this allegation. Martin Kpebu as well make na Captain Smart and a friend say Kevin Taylor. I'm with you count. For so count name say the befe. Eti baby adru asem e ya na way and OSP to say update on the Republic versus Ken Oforiatta and 7 others. Was so when him say enunti and Martin Amidu and Martin Kpebu rather asha say shout say onya hwe no eti o magana for update mo say still at 7 October pampe skin tight pa. According to the OSP just say the Republic versus the Ken Oforiatta and 7 others accused persons will be arraigned before court on Monday 24th November 2025. The prosecution will seek the necessary court orders for service of the charge sheet on the fugitives who are outside of the jurisdictions. According to OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor for said, Ken Oforiatta case, on the 24th of November 2020, and I 7 court, Everton so Ama Yahu as 7 on the first day in court. the court in 7 number call am say you better also have a left side and as a right side. Now I know ana OSB eka say hwe o ma ready say even though emrante na na say papa fo ya bom kwa adu yi dodo no aguso omu dwane gidi. But obu case no on the 24th of November 2025 trial in absentia ye video masem enti extradition ewe hen OSB utie mu ye dede interpolice so onka wasem ye na firi so edo so wahu say ya na we enti na masem Kpebu ene okun say ya na we na Kevin Taylor ene Captain Smart ene we fight that dey we dey ni hwe OSB among for lose trust to OSB we are losing hope. Now investigative journals Anas Arimiao Anas finally case a CMA honorable that time Kennedy Okompreko or any Japan echo allergy edit pictures eba say Anas enimnie ameswale so enimnie na onyamukura na obeku mo ema chire obechechi so de bi na so mba ne premises ana obeku mo na eno achi no ye wie ni say ameswale obi akobo tu aw ne kan maku no asanya twene ho saa na no yai nipa ye che no a de go tu mu Daniel ye say ja no so won sanko even though na say yai deputy attorney general justice sim side e dey abase sa case no government enye nja ye man nko ye Oma masa court order na say enko so na mum no ye gya no ye be sa chine biu nti Ghana for nye rest assured ene sa land na ye de ba ye ko ye say na Anas ikwa ko wia ma de man so twen say wakoku JB dan kwa ne nko nya ba ma ko win defamation case against Kennedy our American ni na no aba na wie ye nti ne land watch ado land in the east la that the Kotopon and the honor no sa 9-year legal battle no akona wie ye finally Anas Arimiao Anas the investigative journalist the Tiger IPI mapano adinkonim but nadamfo ni nua ni worker ni colleague amaswale wawukwa but still Kennedy that's one more president there still nipa ya che no ye jano na nama bonten still 9 years within the memory lane down the memory lane here ya beduri ye hu nipa okun an investigative journalist that helped Ghana to expose a lot of corrupt practices on who you know ayedi and this is a baby this Anas one kasa ko investigation because Ghana yeah security service you know I'm not sure I'm not certain say they are ready to fight to the very end for you but when any dey say oh Anas Arimiao Anas as you can but the good news for Ghana and then the bad news and they say and then ubepiem Ghana $40 million former Defence Minister Dominic Nitiwul na oye Defence Minister the man na dan kwa Akufo-Addo ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia $18 million amo vehicles amokofa ba omo twa $40 million and yamana ma that's the bad news the good news is and then yehu asem na chire ti dia ka say the attorney general na ya retrieve ye $40 million back kai say ora no arna echem no recover we have to recover this loot enya ade say jai emane koda hokwa debi tofia kwa ebi nsida for comment no fato comment section na say then na okan ede afa $40 million MPP government former Defence Minister Dominic Nitiwul wachia sikano koye nemom amo vehicles ama sikano so ama ba wonya no na say a question amount for parliament for on say a successful Defence Minister what do you take what do you make for watemu wateni fanina naked truth fatu comment section asemame uya subscribe like na share mo unwa so enya bi ehwe edi no eda so eye ba ko pe Maxi Billian our naked truth our Oldboga trends macro bye bye.